Welcome back, everyone, to Podcast Name. I'm Mark, and I'm here with my co-host, Jenny.
Hey, everyone. And Mark, I feel like we have to kick off today talking about something pretty wild that happened in the tech world recently. Or somewhat recently, back in March.
Oh man, this is the part one was waiting for. We're talking about how a single tweet, a single asterisk share from Elon Musk can propel a relatively unknown screen recording tool to something closer to stardom. We're diving into FocuSee today.
FocuSee? Yes! So, okay, for anyone who missed it, back in March, Elon Musk actually shared a video on X, what used to be Twitter. And it was this tutorial showing off Gronk's image editing capabilities. Turns out, that video was made times using FocuSee.
Right? Isn't that wild? And according to the PR Newswire release back then, that viral post amassed millions of views and sparked widespread discussions. Millions of views, just from one share.
Completely fascinating. And it really highlights that power of, sometimes it feels like just sheer reach from certain individuals. But it wasn't just the share. It actually brought attention to what FocuSee actually does.
Exactly. And that's where it gets really interesting for me, the tech behind it. So basically what's happening is FocuSee is an AI-powered screen recording tool. You record your screen, maybe your webcam, your voiceover, and then this is the key. The AI steps in and automates a massive chunk of the post-production.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. So as someone who has fumbled through video editing software for hours, trying to get things to look decent, you're saying this tool just, does time some of that for you?
Oh, trust me, I've been there. Spending way too much time manually adding zoom effects or trying to track the cursor. FocuSee automatically adds dynamic zoom based on where your mouse is moving. It can add motion blur, click effects. It polishes the video automatically without you having to do all that manual work in a separate editing program.
That's interesting. Especially for people who need to create tutorials, software demos, or even just presentations where you need to highlight things on your screen. I can already hear our listeners thinking, this could save me so much time.
Precisely. And it has multi-track recording built in, so you can record your screen, your webcam feed, and your voice commentary at the same time. No need to sync everything up in post later. It greatly streamlines the content creation workflow.
Okay, so ease of use sounds like a major selling point. And then there's the practical stuff. Pricing, and how it compares to the others out there. Because when we think of screen recording and editing, names like OBS Studio or Camtasia usually come up.
Right. And here's the thing about FocuSee. It's listed at $19.99 as a one-time payment. Compare that to some competitors that have pretty hefty subscription fees or perpetual licenses that cost hundreds. That $19.99 price point on a listing site like GetApp is incredibly attractive, especially for individual creators, educators, students, maybe small business owners who are just starting out.
Wow. A one-time payment? That definitely shifts the market dominated by subscription models. What do you think makes FocuSee stand out beyond just the pricing, though?
Well, it's that all-in-one nature, really. With OBS, you can record your screen, yes, and it's powerful, but it's primarily a recording tool. You'd typically take that footage into something like DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere for editing. Even Camtasia, while it combines recording and editing, still requires a lot more manual effort for those polished effects that FocuSee seems to automate.
So it's carving out a niche for people who need quick, professional-looking results without a steep learning curve or needing multiple software suites. And they mentioned some expert insights in this research, right? Like, what is their mission with this tool?
Yeah, Frank Kong, the CEO of FocuSee, was quoted in the PR release saying something to the effect of, "Our mission is to make video editing effortless, allowing users to focus on creativity rather than complexity." That really aligns with the features we're seeing. They want to empower users who might not be expert video editors to create polished content.
That makes a lot of sense. It's making video creation more accessible, in a way, taking those steps that used to require a lot of technical knowledge and making them simpler. I think that focus on the user and on simplifying the workflow is key, especially given how much video content is needed today.
Absolutely. And they're leaning into that momentum. The research mentions a hashtag #RokeWithFocuSee challenge. That's clever, encouraging users to create and share Grok tutorials using FocuSee. It's a capable way to generate user-generated content and keep the brand visible after that initial viral wave.
It is, and it aligns with this broader trend of AI being integrated more and more into content creation tools. Where do you see this going in the future? Will we see AI handling even more of the creative process?
That's a good question. I think we'll see. AI continue to take on more of the repetitive or technical tasks in video editing. Things like motion tracking, color correction, maybe even suggesting edits based on the content. Tools like FocuSee could potentially integrate with other AI services, like text-to-video synthesis, although that's definitely further down the line.
Interesting to think about the possibilities. Of course, with any tool that records your screen and webcam, there are always ethical considerations to keep in mind. Privacy and data security are big ones.
Definitely. As the research notes, capturing screen and webcam data naturally raises concerns about unintended exposure of sensitive information. Users always need to be mindful of what's on their screen when recording. Features like blurring or obscuring parts of the screen would be a good mitigation for this.
That's a good point. It highlights the responsibility on the user side as much as the developer. But looking at FocuSee's trajectory, it seems like they've tapped into a genuine need in the market. Ease of use, capable AI features, and an accessible price point. That's a compelling combination.
It really is. And that viral moment with Elon Musk just put a spotlight on something that seems to be a genuinely useful tool for a lot of people. It's a strong example of how technology is evolving to make complex tasks more intuitive and accessible. I'm curious to see how it continues to develop and what features they add next.
Me too. It feels like we're just at the beginning of what AI can do in video editing. It's interesting to watch tools like FocuSee lead the way. Well, that's all for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into FocuSee and its unexpected rise to prominence.
Thanks for listening. And remember, whether you're a seasoned content creator or just starting out, there's a tool out there that can help you tell your story. We'll catch you next time on Podcast Name.